welcome. This is the 5th episode of Any Last Words. And this episode, I'm going to be talking with my man Milk here. We're going to go over a few different conspiracy theories. Some probably I've never heard of. Others you might have just paid no attention to and thought nothing of. Maybe we can open your mind, or perhaps you can relate. And we're going to go into a little bit of reincarnation and the topic of afterlife. And we'll, also sprinkle in a little paranormal activity. Hope you enjoy. If you do like the content, please be sure to subscribe or like the video. Thank you.
It's another Big Bang, but it definitely caused ripples in the space-time.
So what I think you hit that right on the nail. They're trying to discover the God particle.
Yeah.
Over at CERN. And I think they're literally, we don't know what is going to happen. You don't have to be a fucking super smart guy to know that something's fishy over at CERN. Yeah. It just doesn't add up. They're messing with the fabric of life, the foundation of it. How do they could have catastrophic events. This is like the whole theory of us going back in time, or, whatever, and changing events. This is changing what we're in right now. So I think that there's a chance that what we're doing down there, they just relate that to the Mandela effect, to tie that in. So we both agree on that, and maybe something did happen. We have no evidence to prove, but I think that when you're messing with stuff as vital as that, I wouldn't be surprised, man. I did enough research to know that there's something fishy about it. It just gives me the creeps, man. I don't know what they're doing. You think that Mandela effect, that was 100% tied into CERN then, right?
Yeah. I think that whatever ripple they caused enough shake to slightly, and this is just going off the deep end, you know what I'm saying? But I really feel like that whatever happened caused our universe to intertwine with another at some point somehow, because I've talked to people about some of these things, and some of these people remember some of the effects that have changed as being what they are now. Like my girlfriend believes, because your heart, where's your heart?
Oh, the whole left or the right, where is that? The center, and yeah, that type of shit. I used to think that fucking, what was it, like, South America, I believe it was over to the left. It was more underneath us. Now it's actually popped out to the right. I thought that something like Cuba was way smaller. No, it's actually pretty fucking big.
Yeah.
I used to think that when I was shown a map, I say used to think, but it was a whole ice sheet at the top. The North Pole was like a big giant white ice sheet.
Right.
When you look up anything to do with that, it's shown as just water. That's because of global warming. Yeah, fuck. No, I just saw the map differently. Was told the map was Mandela was the first one for me, but I learned that he died in a prison, man.
Mm-hmm.
He had 2 deaths.
Which is crazy, man.
No, I think the whole intertwining of worlds is something that shouldn't just be like thrown out the window, because something, to me at least, not just one thing, it's multiple things that just feel.
To me, bro, with the shit that I've seen going on in the world and just some of the stuff that I've read, I don't put anything past anything.
Yeah.
It's possible till it's not. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, you end up going crazy if you dive into these too long. And most people think of these views as crazy. I'm not someone that's saying the world is flat, but did I look into it? Did I see where these people were coming from?
Yeah.
Yeah, I checked it out. Do I think the world is a globe or no for a fact? Something in my brain tells me I like to just throw out the devil's advocate to that of like, maybe we are fed. Maybe we don't know it, and so we have the perfect fucking example of what will satisfy your own satiation, so to speak. So we want to know, well, if this and this and this is all it takes for you to believe that we're on the fucking globe and you can never get the fuck out of here, so be it. We can get away with this. Why? For control, for power. Humans are born on the ability to just want to learn and explore more. So we use that as a way to satisfy ourselves from. I wouldn't be surprised if every man that ever went out there would have just fucking died. Now I get it. We have.
That was another theory I had.
Yeah, what's that?
That we all died a long time ago, and we're just all reliving our life in that flash. But during that time, there's no time is like slowed down, so it feels like you're actually living it. Because the year, whenever I talk to somebody about this, like my homies, the year they always bring up when everything started going bad was 2016.
It's because of
And
Trump, bunch of Democrats. Nah, I
is that
feel you.
is that what happened in 2016?
Yeah, I just say that. But 2016,
That's when all my friends were like, yeah, that's when everything started feeling weird, but everything just didn't feel the same. And my theory was that whatever they were doing at CERN fucked up, and now here we are, we're all dead, and we're just reliving our lives.
just because of CERN, I think that's pretty wild. I like it. I like it. I mean,
But I mean, if you're on a planet trying to recreate the beginning of a universe, what happens when you achieve that?
I don't. How the fuck would we know? And why is the public just so like? That's pretty cool. We get to figure out how the fuck everything became. You're trying to recreate God. You're playing God.
Right.
I don't care if you're religious. You're playing life, the fabric of life, dude. They could fucking destroy everything. No, they can't do that. You're just being extreme. Extreme? This isn't extreme, you know? Like,
Right.
what they closed down one of the plants that was because when they run them, they go continuously for a period of time.
Not to mention all the plants being blown up right now.
Yeah,
We had 2 plants in Louisiana within the past 4 months that blew up.
yeah, one amount of infrastructure over at CERN and the location that it's at just kind of gives me.
And these are like major plants. These aren't just like a sugar refinery. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's the possibility is endless anywhere. But CERN, I think, the general public doesn't seem like a threat based on what they're doing there. So we think, and it just seems. You could tell me how all that shit worked, and I could go get my. Let's go get a degree in whatever the fuck that is, that alien
Right.
type of shit. Smart people doing extraordinary stuff, right? I think it's fucky wucky. Why? It's not my brain trying to just make up for a lack. It's just you can tell it like inside that when I go look at those CERN portals and I just see the infrastructure and the
Yeah.
amount of shit, it looks just it creeps me the fuck out. It
The
don't.
size of the
The,
fucking accelerator.
I used to look this up on like Google. Google Earth was a good friend of me.
The size of that generator is retarded.
Yes, it looks.
Bigger than cities.
You
A
see
lot of
that in like Stranger Things or in movies where there's just like a giant portal.
right. And that also makes me feel like a lot of the movies that we watch could have some truth to them. Because like,
Oh, okay. Here's where we go. Movies have and music, I believe, have truth drops, is what I call them.
yes.
They're a little bit of truths that relate to the whole understanding of this existence.
But it's most likely just exaggerated
Yeah, but
to an extent.
they're fundamental things that I think only a certain amount of people dialed into this frequency can see. Whereas some people, when they listen to songs, they get none of this. Okay,
Mhm.
and the same thing with when it comes to a TV show. This goes into everything, man. Certain people are dialed. If we think of it like a radio station, they're on the fucking 97.5. But if you turn it to the right a little bit, it's static. You
Mhm.
know, and then you could keep going back down. You can move up or down. So static is noise. It's just basically, you don't care. You know, you're blending in. It's all just noise at that point. And then you go to the station where you hear a different thing. We're on a different station right now.
Right.
Anyone that would hear this is just like, what the fuck are these dudes talking about? They don't know. But we definitely have been put in a position where there's enough people coming out and saying something happened. And what's weird is like I don't know anyone that actively knows about the type of shit that we're like personally.
Right.
Like we just met over a fucking Discord playing games.
Right.
And if I brought this up, it's usually just new, fresh information. Maybe a couple people have heard of something like the Mandela effect, but
Mhm.
for the most part,
No, me
this
and my boy
this is
Andre.
wild. Yeah.
I mean, shit. I can shoot him a text and see if he's up and see if he wants to chop it up.
Put that up on the screen for the CERN logo. What do you think is up with that? If you want to look at it and tell me what you see there.
I'm about to pull it up. I think I already know what you're referring to, bro.
What do you think, man?
Let me get the images. The sixes.
Yeah, three
Yeah.
sixes. And then if you look at the layout on Google Earth or whatever, like the layout is that.
Hmm.
That's the layout of the facility. Oh, big deal. What's three sixes? Oh, okay. I'm not even gonna explain it. If you don't think that that's fucking odd, that there's just looking too hard into. No, are we looking too hard into that logo? The fact that there's three sixes there.
Right. Absolutely not.
Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah, the 666 shit and like the Illuminati and all these higher powers, bro. That shit.
I don't believe like the Illuminati is quote unquote a real
I don't
thing.
believe it is what people say it is, but I do believe the Illuminati is a group of people.
I think that we talk about these lizards, right? In that sense.
Are we talking about the lizards or the Illuminati?
What if they're both?
I think the Illuminati consists of people or whatever you want to call them
Okay, so like
that all
Jay-Z,
have,
Rihanna,
yeah,
people that actually.
people that can influence, people that can control a crowd of people. Because the music, like you were saying earlier, the music is crazy with
So
the frequencies they can put in a song to make you feel or think a certain type of way.
yes, it's control and it has an agenda. Now, do I think all of them are just running under a different soul necessarily, and they maybe just get sucked up into the system? But when we talk about the term, this is a good thing to get into, is just selling your soul.
Yeah.
This would kind of encapsulate everything. Like,
I feel like that process is just, it's almost like a hive mind in a sense. You do what you do to get what you want,
you think it's
but
just a metaphor?
selling your soul.
I think it's. I think
I
people
think
literally sell their souls. But explain.
I think I feel like the same as to what you're saying, but I feel like damn that bull rip did me.
Good, 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 good.
Let me think for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Force, like you said, this force that drives you to do the things to complete whatever mission that the leader has or whatever that may be.
Hmm. Okay. So we agree that it goes beyond the physical then.
Absolutely.
All right.
I've had I've seen some crazy paranormal shit. And I say paranormal just because I don't lack of a better term, but I've
Well,
seen some crazy shit.
we think you're crazy and you need to be locked up, so you can't express things like that. Around. No, what were your examples, man? I'm interested.
So I fucked around with a couple Ouija boards and I never really got any results from many of them, but once. And it was like, it was me, it was another girl, and there was one other guy in the room. And me and the girl were just fucking around the Ouija board, asking questions. Nothing was happening. And we both had, this was back when jewels were like popping. And we both had a jewel.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, fuck it. Put the
Rocking.
jewels on the board.
This is
And
true.
I'm gonna ask it to take the energy from the jewels and try to just show us a sign that something's here. And so we did that. And mind you, we both have fully charges on our, like full charges on our jewels. Put them on the board. I asked the question, and at the exact same time, both of our jewels started blinking red. And I was like, "What the fuck?" And then as I'm saying, "What the fuck," a big like a pile of papers just erupted in flames, and it wasn't just like a burn. It was like you heard it.
Jeez. You.
After that, man, I was standing in the hallway. I've seen bags that we just hung
What,
up melt off of doors. I've seen candles melt into puddles within minutes.
what kind of acid were you taking?
None.
I'm kidding.
It's over.
I'm like, damn, dude. I wish I was seeing that. All right.
It's crazy, and that's why I believe like there's nothing. You can't rule anything out
Mm.
because there's no reason for that fire. There's no reason for these bags to melt off the door handles. And then when I touch the door handles, it's cold. I pick up the bag, burn my hand.
Bruh, it's one of those things where the general public is just gonna think, didn't happen.
Right.
Didn't happen.
Yeah, I don't
I
tell
don't.
people about that.
I don't really care whether or not. If I put myself in your shoes. Let's just say, 100%, it is true and it happened. And that was your experience. That's still. I mean that would be disturbing. There's no reason for you to just, unless they're gonna say you need to go see like, I don't know, some medical help or attention to your brain. Which I
No,
don't
I
think
got
that's it. No, I think that you actually experienced something authentic and true, and
right.
it's gonna change. Like, you see what
But
others cannot.
right.
It's not meant for the majority.
But to all the haters out there, I got motherfuckers that was with me that will back me up.
Those motherfuckers were crazy too. Yeah, see? No. They weren't
Right,
all
right.
crazy, and he doesn't have to have evidence in order to understand that this is just someone's honest and pure experience. Like, yeah, it sounds fucking wicked. It sounds crazy. I, I think uh, he realizes that, and he probably wishes maybe, right? You wouldn't want that to go through that again.
No,
Seeing that.
no, that was like some real life scary shit.
Now, was a
'Cause,
bag of poop like lit on fire in that bag on the door handle? Someone was having
nah,
sex. You put it on there and lit the bag of poop on fire.
bro, when the fire erupted behind us, it was literally like the loudest. It sounded like a blowtorch almost, but it was instant
Why was there a bag on there?
on the door. It was like a trash bag.
There was nothing in the trash bag that could have exploded.
Nope, I had just hung it up 5 minutes before. Me and my homie were talking in the hallway, right next to the bag, and my back's to it, and he's standing in front of me, and we're just talking, and he's like, "What the fuck?" I turn around, I'm like, "What?" And he points at the bag. He's like, "The bag just fell." So I went to go pick it up, and I burned my hand.
You didn't.
Like I had a red mark on my hand from where I touched the bag, and then I touched the door handle, ice cold.
Your homie might have just played a prank on you, bro.
Ain't no way, bro. He's standing in front of me the whole time.
You turned your back around and then you looked over. You said, "That's what
No,
I
I turned my
want."
back to the bag, but he's standing in front of me.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
But then he sees it happen.
he was never in a position
There's
to.
no one back there. Okay.
No, it's just me and him. He was never in a position to even fuck with the bag after I hung it up.
Damn, dude. You're on that show the prank panel now. All right.
And bro, the candles is what made me leave that apartment because I had lit like
Oh.
little teacup candles all at the same. I lit like 5 of them in the same room, all at the same time. I
Yeah.
leave, go to the living room. I got some snacks out the fridge, came back, and one of the candles was melted into a puddle.
You sure you weren't high?
Bruh.
All
Nah.
melted at once? Are you sure you weren't in the kitchen for like 15 minutes just like eating something
Yeah.
and then you came out and you're like, oh shit, I left that
No,
thing.
I literally went in the kitchen, grabbed a Lunchable, poured me a drink, walked back in, and it was fucking melted.
All right. So I'm going to send this to you and then I'll post it on the video here. 'Cause I want to share. It's not paranormal type of shit, but at the apartment, I had been there for about a year and I literally looked at every inch of that place, you know, like by then, as far as I made, there was nothing in there when I moved in. So I'm gonna send you this. This really did freak me the fuck out.
The fuck?
Yeah, that's what I fucking found. Taped to the back of my closet.
Is that an
Look,
area near you?
I don't know. Could be any park around me.
What the fuck?
You imagine you find like that was the last little gem that they left. You know what's creepier? The last guy that rented that apartment was an old black man that ended up passing away. But so he didn't put that there, and he rented that for years apparently.
Go lay down. That's crazy. What the fuck?
So the guy, old black man, renting it before me, passes on. He's there for years. It takes me over a year to find this. And I found that. I got so freaked out, dude. I tell you what. I'm like,
You see anybody that's built like that? I would look for that motherfucker that's built like that. I would look for them shoes.
Trust
Them
me.
shoes. Oh.
Me and my neighbors did not get along for a couple of them for a long period of time, but motherfuckers would be. They couldn't get. Dude, okay, I can't pinpoint anyone without saying that would be bad. I don't think it was that motherfucker. But still,
Shit's crazy out there, bro.
that shit is crazy. I think that it wasn't anything paranormal, but it still gave me the fucking creeps. I'm like 3 a.m. just putting something in there, and my bathroom light was on.
Oh yeah, bro. I would have been freaked the fuck out.
And I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
All my lights would have been on, and I would have been looking for somebody.
No. I had been there for a while, so it's. Man, my pit bull would have already known what the fuck was. Would have been like, motherfucker intruder.
Yeah, I'm glad my dog barks at least when someone knocks at the door.
Yeah, that was the only time that my dog would get. Because eventually, because you have people coming and going outside of an apartment. And I live by the main entrance there, so. And she can just look out the window and, sees everything out there. Get real defensive, but everything else
we live in
just
a
being calm.
duplex, She's pretty used to knocking, so she doesn't really react to the knocks. But if that door opens, she's trying to see what the fuck's up.
Yeah, no, that's good. I mean, that's a nice balance. Uh, shit. Now we can just, we can either start talking about fucking dogs, but honestly, you end up leaving something creepy like that behind.
Right.
Who
The
that
glasses just throws me off.
the glass, the whole damn thing throws me off. He's making like a little symbol with his hands. And where the fuck is he? Why is this taken as a photograph? Like, yeah. Oh. Put it on my fridge for
Hmm.
for a while, just to remind. Like, all right, this happened.
This happened.
This happened.
One day the picture just goes missing.
Dude.
Mm,
I kept it in my wallet after that. I'm just saying.
boy.
Why? Just because I wanted to make sure it wasn't going anywhere for the first time being. Out now, but I'm like, I wanted to just go show this to someone. You've seen this guy? All right, to switch it up, do you think that we can go beyond talking about afterlife, whatever, but we'll dive it.
Afterlife is a good one.
We're gonna tie it all in. So basically, we were saying music and movies were highly influential,
Mm-hmm.
and they could have a lot of its meaningless horse crap meant there to distract you and control for the negative reasons. But I almost feel like they put a truth drop inside of not every movie, but every so often it's almost like it just kind of slips in there. It does the same thing in music. These people that are writing the songs sometimes don't even know what they're saying.
Right.
And they don't have any intention of it. And that can be good, or for the most part, it's just kind of bad. It's there to distract for the wrong reasons. So I think that there's something in play there with all of that, with the music and with the good and the evil are inseparable, but the truth drops can be taken away to where you can learn something valuable that applies to all life or beyond life, and where we either quote unquote came from, where we go next, or mainly how this whole system is running.
Right. Would you want to know how everything works? Would you want to know
the
like
red
the end
pill or
goal?
the blue pill? The red pill or the blue pill? Which pill? I think that I realized. Fuck. Yeah, fuck it. I can only speak with words. I believe that we are not here to understand everything as to how it works. It's fundamental in our learning process. Our ability to gain experience, wisdom, the knowledge that we need, that we were meant to take on. We were meant to go through suffering, and the whole basis of life was the unknown. It's built into a system. Now, we can understand how to make another universe, make another planet, control planets, control the speed at which we travel, go beyond galaxies, go beyond time, but it's all a construct. Once you die, quote unquote, which death is death, I accept that.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what it's the beginning of, or if it's really the end. And the fact that life is always coming back, over and over. And I believe that we have a collective consciousness, for one. One whole consciousness unifies us together at the core, because it's sprouted from something else. I can call it something greater. I can call it God. It doesn't have to be greater. But I would prefer to say that this isn't. I don't like to think of myself as the almighty being. Like this is as good as it gets. My whole point is that there's something else out there that has sent us here for unknown, right? We don't, meaning a lot. You can make up whatever the fuck you want. We don't really know.
Right.
I think it was reasons that serve us outside of the physical, outside of the body, because you can't take any of that with you unless you come right back here. Unless but if afterlife is could be the day that you die is the first day that you live. Makes no sense, right? What if death is life? What do you mean? I mean, the day that you die, you actually get to experience what life is really like, and you've just been encapsulated in a dream. We call it a simulation.
Right.
But what if you were living in death? To put it in our own vocabulary, what if things are the opposite? We don't know. That makes no sense. We are trapped in words, I believe. We think that's freedom, right? But the meaning, and to put it in a context in the physical part that we have to think about, you call something a keyboard, you call something a fucking tree, the labels. It was all constructed way before we got here. And the meaning behind it, all of it. I think it shapes a human to be bound to, yeah, the fucking alphabet, okay? How do we know that these words to some entity beyond ours isn't just every time you say he won, you're like cursing yourself? Wait, that's wild shit. What if it's like
Right.
this witchcraft fucking language where I just think you're bound by your tongue? Like, yes, we have the freedom to use all this vocabulary and words to describe things and talk and communicate, and we can see that as a blessing. But I also believe that I, we're the only species doing this, and it can't all just be for good. I'm wondering why were we either given or adapted to this? That would just it's a loophole after loophole. I will tell you that. Fucking, where are you thinking we go when it all ends?
I think because it kind of draws back to like the law of the physics and all that. Matter
Boo.
can't be created or destroyed, and we have energy within us. So if we like, you
Okay.
can't just destroy that energy. That energy has to go somewhere. And
All
now
right.
you can consider that energy your consciousness, your soul, whatever you want to consider it. But I feel like when we die, our energy is released. And like you said, we get to experience what life really is. We get to
Boom.
experience what it's like to, I don't even know how to say it.
You go
Wh-
beyond life.
Right,
You know what's perfect? You don't need to say it because I think it goes beyond words.
right.
You know, we we won't need words to communicate. Even on Earth, one day we might not need them,
Bro, I suck at Rocket League, I'm just saying. But yeah, 100%.
bro. You know what? Now that you said that,
Nation, bro,
reincarnation. Yeah.
that is something I've thought very hard about
What are your thoughts?
because it kind of makes sense to a degree with the
All
energy can't be destroyed.
energy can't be destroyed; it comes back. How do you? I mean, life
So,
just seems kind of endless, right?
right. And it's not, I don't say reincarnation as in you're going to come back and live a whole new life.
Hmm.
I feel reincarnation as you get to live, but not in this physical form.
Okay, so do you think that we move up or down? Like, is that what you're saying? Maybe it's not 3D, three dimensional, physical place on this Earth. The energy is transmitted into something either could be lower or greater than us. It's
Right,
hard to say that we can even use judgment at that point once you go beyond everything. Uh, so do I think that I would agree with like the fact that if we're gonna base off something there we are experiencing. You don't need fucking physics necessarily to explain the fact
right,
that you're here perceiving what you are right now. And god damn it, if I don't fucking know how,
right,
there might just be something else controlling the show here. We try our damnedest to do that, and maybe we aren't meant for that. And I think we aren't.
right,
Not to find all the answers, man. It's to fucking grow the part of you that you'll take beyond this, and maybe because where I've been at lately is just the idea of you can work your way up or down the spectrum of life.
right.
Like we call it life, existence, but you could come back as I don't know. You could come back as a squirrel. You could come back as a mugger. You could come back as a fucking guy with 3 fucking arms at birth that gets taken away.
Right.
You could die with cancer in your next life. You
Come
could
back
have
as a piece of fucking grass.
you could come back as a fucking millionaire and then become a drug addict and just fucking overdose.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. You could be that fucking rock over there. Sits there. Yeah, maybe you don't deserve the human experience anymore. They just ship you back down to. I don't know if there's levels to this shit like we think,
Right.
and I don't know if we come back to the physical. I'm just pointing that out there. My whole thing would be like I wouldn't want to come back here personally. I wouldn't do this life over. I've gotten to a point where I think there's something more. Now, do I think I have a purpose to serve here, and I'm here for a reason still, and I say I, but there's no I in that. It's really just purely this sense of consciousness,
Right.
just to do something that's is going to serve me. I can't take everything away, but knowing that I did what I feel in my inner being, it serves my outer being, you know, because I think there's two parts there: internal, external. You can do follow your intuition, man. You know,
Right.
you can't be perfect. You just have to listen to, you can call it a soul or whatever. Most people block that out, and it's all in the head. And I think if more people close their minds down and shut them off for a second, you would begin to realize you're not your thoughts. You're
Right.
not. You're not you. Someone asks you, "Who are you?" You give them your name, your job, your age, right, where you live.
Right.
That ain't you. Fuck you. You know, not
Right.
really, but like fuck you, fuck me. It's greater than that. It's bigger. You know, if this was really the fucking it, um, so be it. Maybe we're trapped in an endless loop. You understand? Like, I don't give up any possibility. But when you get into this mindset of like, I don't believe this world is all that real,
Mm-hmm.
that's when you've done enough where you can hopefully come to peace with the fact that you weren't fucking supposed to know it all. You're not here to figure out uh, how to fix everything or well, what's the point of life? There's certain things that we have to do in everyday life, and you can still experience emotions and the joys of life as well as the negative.
Yeah.
But it's realizing you are the one who sits behind the wheel that is not even driving. You could just be the watcher. We are the watcher. Not to take away your control. You still have to have the external part of you do, the actions needed and
Right.
make your judgments. But then you also have an inner part of you, and it goes beyond flesh. It goes beyond where you're at, and it's ties into that soul. Uh, I think that realizing that these something I struggle with, I think everyone does, is letting these thoughts that come into your mind or what someone else says go, just float away into the river. Let them pass. Just watch. You got your fucking feet in the goddamn stream, and you're just watching the water flow. And that can be the example of each thought. And usually, what I do is I just get struck on one thought, usually
Right.
negative. It's typically negative.
Yeah.
That's just what we seem to be programmed. Now, I could do a much better job of just letting it go, but instead, it's like I'm stuck on this one rock in a stream, and I'm just sitting
Right.
there holding on to this fucking rock. Like, and eventually you just end up getting swept in that. The goal should be to let it all flow. So finding that balance between, yes, I have to do this X, Y, and Z, and knowing, or else you become too taken away into your ego. If that makes
Right.
sense. You become lost in the sauce, as they say.
Yeah.
Don't get lost in the sauce, whether it be the money, the drugs. There's a lot of things here to take you down that path. Get lost in it. Forget why. I could be more thankful about the existence that we have right now.
Yeah. I feel like I probably take it for granted sometimes.
When you get right down to it, what if you don't come back? What if there is no life? Life? the music stops. Dark shit. Well, if you don't come back, man.
Right.
Well, if there is no, this was it. We don't think we truly, I can tell both of us don't believe it. That is it because we're scared to think that that's a possibility? I wouldn't say so. Would you? Are we just trying to come up with an answer?
Um, man, nah. I feel
Eh.
like,
What if we're just trying to satiate ourselves and the fear of the unknown, and we want to believe that we come back? Or no, that just ties in to
yeah,
everything that I've been talking about. You either feel it or you don't. I don't have to be you know, a Christian or a Muslim. Yeah, no, I don't have to be
right,
any religion. I don't have to be Buddha. I don't have to be, Buddhism.
right,
I just believe
yeah,
but I take, pride in there. I accepted what Buddhism encompasses as like a traditional like value thing. It's very accepting in a sense, and it didn't come off to me as a religion. Not like that super fucking Buddhist because I was agnostic, and I mean, you could say that now, but I believe in what Buddhism preaches, you know, and it just kind of helped me find a grasp of life. I think that's what we all need,
hmm
but none of us know, and we're trying to bring it back to CERN, man.
yeah, bro. Them motherfuckers.
Hmm.
Somehow, some way.
Yeah, man, turn motherfuckers into cats. So you know about HARP, right?
hmm
Other modification on the chemtrail alley. The damn, people need to get into that though. That's another one where people are just gonna think you're crazy, as is most of this shit.
You've seen Elon Musk making that brain chip?
I believe Elon Musk has a brain chip inside of him right now.
Yeah, I don't think
Quote me.
he's one
Quote
of
me.
those fucking NBC bosses, bro.
Quote me, dude. He was sent here from something.
Yeah, he's not a real human.
Reptilian, reptile, fucking NPC looking ass. Sorry, Elon.
You ever seen Black Mirror?
Yep. Black Mirror is
You think society could ever get to that point?
showing you that it absolutely can.
Right. That's what right. I hated watching that show, but I loved it.
I think
Maybe I'm like
one
watching it. These motherfuckers are literally telling you what can happen to you all.
they're planting the seeds. They do this
hmm
not only in these truth drops in movies and music. They also tell they don't tell the future clearly, but a lot of this shit could just it becomes a reality
Yeah.
decades before it happens. And I do think that there's people pulling the strings behind the scenes. We can call them Illuminati. We can call them people beyond our own life that are here for malicious intent. I think religions like Christianity refer to him as the devil. And to a lot of people, I try to just convey that, as the devil, using that as an example. Think of it as the fucking devil taking his, they got grips of the devil. But I think the president is Blizzard.
I think Biden was the real Biden was replaced with something.
Oh, okay, we can go there. Nice. Yeah, so was Elvis. He
I
was
feel like
replaced on an island.
the president was most definitely replaced with something.
Hmm. There was talks of like that he was just a hologram
I don't doubt it.
for all of his speeches, like his speeches especially. Like they were trying out that artificial intelligence
Right.
of doing the
And the stuff they've been doing with the AI is, I mean, bro, you've heard the music.
yeah. I think that this technology has been out a long time,
And
and
Biden could just be a test to see how passable it
can we
is.
have a fake president?
Right.
I'm not saying he doesn't show up and he's not a real
That's what I'm saying. I think
person, but
the
dude can
physical
hardly
Biden,
speak.
the physical Biden is something that
Puppet,
literal Sims character.
puppet, puppets.
They're sitting up there with their little fucking controller, spamming A on everything, bro.
Hey, America,
World War Three,
democracy's great and all.
fucking
I'll let you get to World War III, but let me just say your vote doesn't really mean too much to Jack
mhm.
Fuck. I don't think the whole election was fucking rigged. It's been rigged.
Yeah.
How can you say that about the country? I love some of the aspects of this place. But listen, voter fraud and all this type of corruption has been going on for decades, long before the internet. You know,
Yeah. You're right though.
we don't have as much choice as we think we do. Why the fuck would these two old ass geezers be the front runners? The fuck would I don't want Hillary Clinton or fucking I don't. Obama was okay. He was younger and seemed like he was wanted everything, and then he got pulled by the puppet strings. He realized, oh shit, I have to become the lizard.
Mm-hmm.
He always was, and his wife is a man.
Yeah. That is 100%. Michelle was once Michael.
Michael. God damn. See, this is why we're clicking here. You know, 9 out of 10 people, I tell them that Michelle Obama is a
Like
woman.
I've seen
Now, am I full
swole
on with
women.
that? No, no, I'm not full on, but I see it.
Right.
Melinda Gates, Bill Gates, Melinda. That was the man. I think people actually think that Melinda's a man and Bill is the woman, but
That would be hilarious. I've never heard that one.
that one's wild. I don't think that one. But Melinda could be the Belinda, Belinda and Mill. All right. I mean, was JFK? Talk about that. While we're on presidents. What do you think about J?